Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to reveal my 23andme DNA result. Um, so let's go to my background first. I am originally from Afghanistan, from center of Afghanistan, from a region called Bamiyan, where once stood those gigantic Buddha statues that were unfortunately blown up by the Taliban. Um, and yeah, so I belong to ethnic group called Hazaras, and the reason why I take this DNA test was because of the mystery behind our the origins of our ethnic group. Um, because some people believe that we are descendant of the Mongols who invaded Afghanistan um, in the 13th century, and others believe that we are the true inhabitants, the original inhabitants of Afghanistan. So there's a lot of theories going on about our origins, but I wanted to take this test uh, to really have some facts about this topic. So yeah, and the other reason was because I wanted to see if I have any genetic diseases. And for that reason, I chose the 23andme result, DNA test, because uh, to me the other companies, DNA companies, don't have something like that. Uh, they don't have reports about your genetic diseases or something like that. So I wanted to kill two birds with one stone with that. Okay, so let's go to my ancestry composition now. I'm gonna open my site. Ancestry composition. So yeah, as you can see, I am 46.7% East Asian and Native American, for which 26.1% is Manchurian and Mongolian. So in this updated version of this test, they have added Manchurian together with Mongolian, which is pretty interesting. So this basically proves that that we Hazaras are at least partially descendant of the Mongols. So in a way, yeah, that is true. Yeah, but there's a lot of other things in here. So yeah. Okay, the next part of this East Asian Native American subgroup is Southeast Asian, which is 1.7%, and the next part is Siberian, 1.4%, Korean, 0.8%, which really surprised me because I never thought, I actually never thought of Korean ancestry. There's 0.4% Chinese even. That also really surprised me. Then there's 0.1% Native American, 12.6% broadly East Asian, which means that they couldn't pinpoint exactly where it is from, but it's typical for East Asian people. And then there's broadly East Asian Native American, 3.5%, which in total makes it 46.7%. So yeah, I'm basically half Asian. Half Asian, that's almost half of my DNA. And then the next part is South Asian, 27.9%. So it says broadly South Asian and Afghanistan. So the what I really like about this updated version is that they could pinpoint exactly where this South Asian DNA comes from, and it's from Afghanistan. It's not from India, it's not from Pakistan, it's not from Bangladesh, it is from Afghanistan. So that's why I'm really happy about that they could actually differentiate it. Mm, Yeah, so I'm almost the same. I'm like 26.1% Manchurian Mongolian, 27.9% Afghanistan, Afghan. So I'm like quarter Mongolian, quarter Afghan. Then there is also Western Asian and North African, 9.6%, which are really honestly surprised me because I thought it would be a little higher. Uh, Mainly because of uh, we Hazara speak Persian, and we follow a lot of like these Iranian culture and stuff. So to see that it's actually that low, I was pretty surprised. Western Asian, I think it means countries like Iran, Turkey, Caucasus countries, and Levant area. So 9.1% of that region. There's 0.6% broadly Western Asian and North African. But I don't really think that I don't have any DNA from North Africa because that's I mean it can be possible, but I'm not sure if that's really the case in here. And the last part is European, 7.5%, from which Eastern European is 0.8%, Balkan is 0.6%, Finnish 0.1%, broadly Northwestern European 0.7%, broadly Southern European 0.1%, and broadly European 5%. This part of my DNA really surprised me because I didn't really thought that this would be this high. European part, I mean, because if you think about it, East Asian, South Asian, Western Asian, they all make sense somehow, but I don't know about this part. Maybe except this Balkan, because 2,300 years ago, Alexander the Great invaded Persia and Central Asia, which is nowadays Afghanistan and those areas. So and Balkan is where the Greece is. So I don't know if that's maybe from there or not, but yeah. Um, okay, so the last one is 8.3% unassigned. So that basically means that they couldn't really, sorry, they couldn't really pinpoint it out. It's my mystery genes, 8.3%. That's almost like 1/10 of my genes. So yeah, my ancestry timeline. Ooh, that's pretty nice. I have like fucking everything in here. Holy shit. So one of the interesting part of 23andme DNA test is that they actually also tell you how much Neanderthal ancestry you have. And this thing is really interesting for me. Maternal haplogroup and paternal haplogroup. My maternal haplogroup is D4C2. Well, D4C2, it's a haplogroup that is common in Siberia and East Asia. Migration of your maternal line. So, origin of migration of D haplogroup. The common ancestor of haplogroup D was a woman who lived in Asia nearly 40,000 years ago. There are two major branches of D haplogroup in Asia. D5, which is comparable in age to D itself, is common in southern China, but rare farther north. D4 which is my maternal haplogroup, is a younger haplogroup that arose about 25,000 years ago, is more common north in Asia, reaching 80% in southern Siberia. Well, it makes sense because I was 26.1%, 7% was it? I don't know, I don't remember, 26% something Manchurian, Mongolian, so it does make sense. So yeah, haplogroup D4 is particularly common among Koreans and in the population of Manchuria. I did have both of them in my ancestry, so which is just north of the Korean peninsula. Recent archaeological discoveries suggest the earlier inhabitants of Korea probably came from Altai, Sian, and Baikal regions of Southeast Siberia. Okay. Among Siberian population, haplogroup D is most common in Yupik and Chukchi, two modern indigenous groups in northeastern Siberia, whose ancestors are thought to have played a significant role in the peopling of Americas. Oh, that's really interesting because I had also 0.1% Native American. So does this mean that my ancestors were the people who moved to Native America? America? That's really interesting. Yeah, so apparently it's very rare among 23andme customers, 1 in 11,000. And let's go to my paternal haplogroup. It's RM417. RM417. Origins and migration of haplogroup RM512. From the Middle East, men bearing RM420 likely passed through the Caucasus Mountain to the steppes above the Black and Caspian Seas. The people of steppes were the first to domesticate horses nearly 6,000 years ago, and the southern neighbors in the Caucasus developed the earliest bronze tools and weaponry. Equipped with these technologies and seeking near grazing land and natural resources, the people of the steppes swept west into northern Europe and east through Central Asia. Today, the men who share your haplogroup are most common in Eastern Europe, Russia and Ukraine. Well, I did have some Eastern European names, so that makes sense. The lineage is also quite common in Poland, but decreases infrequently toward the Mediterranean countries. Farther to west, about one-third of Norwegian men and a quarter of men from the far northern British Isles carry RM512. Their ancestors arrived with various groups over the past 2,000 years, including with the Anglo-Saxons from Central Europe in the 5th century and the Vikings who came from Scandinavia beginning about 800 CE. Additionally, the haplogroup is still relatively common in the Middle East as well as Central and South Asia, where it reaches up to 60% among the Kyrgyz and the Tajiks. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. This haplogroup, this paternal haplogroup basically means it's like passed from father to son. So yeah, means my grandfather from my father's side, those people, grandparents. Yeah. It's relatively common among 23andme customers. 1 in 18 23andme customers share your haplogroup assignment. It's really interesting. So yeah, let's go to the last part, which is the Neanderthal ancestry. You have 247 Neanderthal variants. You have fewer Neanderthal variants than 85% of 23andme customers. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? However, your your Neanderthal ancestry accounts for less than 4% of your overall DNA. Okay, so I do have some Neanderthal in me. That's pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, that was all of my 23andMe DNA result, and hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it cleared some mysteries behind our ethnic group's origins. And yeah, if you have any questions, please comment below, and thanks for watching. Bye.